Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. After the conclusion of Obi-Wan Kenobi, which is supposed to be a limited series, there has been a ton of buzz about a potential second season for Obi-Wan. Whether or not that will involve Vader, what storylines will be explored, and way more, but we haven't heard anything official, beyond simply people like Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor, of course Obi-Wan himself, stating that they would love to return to the Star Wars galaxy, and Ewan McGregor stating that he would love to return for a second season. Ewan McGregor was saying this up until the release of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and just as recent as yesterday even stated that he hopes that they do in fact do a second one. Not to mention the fact that although we don't have the final numbers for Obi-Wan Kenobi, it's one of the most viewed Disney Plus series of all time, and had the largest premiere of any Disney Plus show ever. However, until today, we hadn't heard anything official or an announcement about Obi-Wan Kenobi Season 2. Again though, until today. In an interview, Lucasfilm CEO Kathleen Kennedy herself was questioned whether or not there would be an Obi-Wan Season 2, and this was her announcement about the series, as well as an indicator of where Lucasfilm is in their planning. This is her quote. "We frankly set out to do this as a limited series, but I think if there's huge engagement and people really want more Obi-Wan, we'll certainly give that consideration because the fans, they speak to us. And if we feel like, okay, there's a reason to do this again, it's answering the why then we'll do it, but we'll have to see." After the massive numbers for Obi-Wan came out, it was reported that Lucasfilm actually went back and reshot large sections of the finale episode, with Making Star Wars reporting on the fact that Reva was actually originally supposed to die at the end of episode 5, but that they decided to go back and reshoot this scene, with this being a clear lead-in to the second season of Obi-Wan. Many fans are also pointing to the fact that Qui-Gon Jinn has an exceptionally limited role in the series, basically just a very small cameo, with this being another indicator of a second season of Obi-Wan Kenobi. However though, with this, it appears as if Obi-Wan's story with Darth Vader and Anakin Skywalker has concluded with this final episode, and it lines up perfectly with their meeting in A New Hope and their final duel on the first Death Star, as well as mirrors Vader's redemption in Return of the Jedi. So I think that if they're going to do a second season of Obi-Wan Kenobi, it has to focus on something different and shouldn't really involve Vader a great deal. That doesn't mean though that Vader can't make a small cameo, but I would very much like to see a second season revolve around a different story. I've said this before on the channel, but if they do in fact do a second season, I would love to see the story of Asherad Het. Asherad Het, who is of course the Tusken Raider Jedi, who embraces the dark side of the Force over the course of the Jedi Purge, and is a Jedi who Obi-Wan has a very prominent duel with on the Tatooine Desert, after he has of course been corrupted by the dark side. One day, he will eventually become the Sith Lord Darth Krayt. I'm not saying they necessarily do the Darth Krayt storyline, but I think a fallen Jedi as the main villain could be an interesting take. And again, there is prior precedence to Asherad Het being a great villain, so I think something like that could work. But again, it appears as if Lucasfilm hasn't even been working on or even confirmed a second season of Obi-Wan. However, I would say the chances are likely, as again, Obi-Wan is likely the biggest Disney Plus show of all time, and Lucasfilm will want to continue on with that trend, especially if Ewan McGregor is interested. But anyway, my friends, I wanted to share with you this Kathleen Kennedy announcement, and the fact that they will actually be actively talking about a second season of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and the fact that there are stories to tell with Obi-Wan after Order 66 and Revenge of the Sith away from Vader. But anyway, my friends, what are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on there potentially being a second season of Obi-Wan Kenobi? And if there is one, what would you like to see? Do you think the chances are good for a second season of Obi-Wan? And do you think that Asherad Het would be a good villain? Stay tuned later today on the channel as we'll be talking about more Obi-Wan with a big controversy about the latest episode. As always, my friends, may the Force be with you and have a great day.